F150 owners, this is Nick from F150LEDs.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how awesome and easy it is to install your very own 32-inch LED bar behind your grill carriage, just like this. It's a very easy install and will make a dramatic impact on your truck's lighting. It goes great alone or with our other 42-inch and 22-inch LED bar options. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this is what your 32-inch F150 LED bar is going to consist of. It's a combo beam pattern, so you've got floodlights on the outside and you've got spot pattern lights for distance here in the center. You'll notice it's got a lot of high efficient venting back here for the heat release and a thinner profile so that it will fit in your grill here and won't hit your frame components. Okay? It's got your male clips already connected and ready for the harness. Let's go ahead and get this installed. This is a very easy process. If you look here at your grill mount, there's a hole already factory drilled here and one on your driver's side. We're going to use the included rubber vibration mount kits and hardware, and we're just going to fit the bar right in between those holes. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, so we've got our passenger side vibration mount and bolt threaded through. So just come to your passenger side, go ahead and place your mount here. It's going to be a snug fit, which is what you want. Just kind of work it up until you can see. There we go. And we'll take our hardware, come from the outside, and thread it through. And then work both sides, tightening at the same time. Okay? I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we've got both sides threaded in. We've got our vibration mounts on the inner side of our pillar frames here. Before you do your final tightening, just make sure that your bar is angled how you want it. It's got some rotation play here. So ours looks good. So our bar is just how we want it, pretty much straight out. So we'll give it the final tightening and then we'll be off to wiring. Okay, here's our F150 LED wiring harness. It's built very heavy duty. It's got thermal sheathing throughout the wiring harness, heavy gauge wire. It's got large diameter battery terminal rings. It's got a 40 amp fuse in it, so it'll hold 40 amps throughout this without any heating problems or anything like that. It's got a quick connect for your interior cab lighted switch here. It's really a heavy-duty, well-built kit, and it really just takes a few minutes to install. Now, you may find other kits across the internet or wherever, but you'll find they've got thinner gauge wiring. You know, some of the cheaper kits will have switchbacks where you got to run power to the switch, so you got multiple wires going to your terminals. This kit doesn't have that. They won't have thermal sheathing, or they won't be extended or long enough to fit our F150. So there's three main components in installing your wire harness. The first being your positive and negative terminal connections here at your battery. The second being connecting the harness to your male and female spade connectors here. And the third being running the harness into the cab and connecting it to your power switch. So step one, let's go ahead and connect the positive, this red wire here, to the positive terminal of your battery, and the negative to the negative. The next step is to connect these female spade plugs to the male plugs on your LED bar. Alright, so now that our battery terminals are connected and we've got our our harness connected to our light here, it's a good opportunity to go ahead and connect your white pin, your switch here, to make sure that you got your wiring done correctly. You see this red light, so it does have power. Let's see if our light is working. Alright, so we've got our terminals connected, we've got our harness connected to our light. Let's see. Woo! Yeah, it's working. Okay, so after testing it, now let's run our harness up into our cab. One thing you might want to do, use some electrical tape. These male and female spade connectors are strong and will hold, but we do recommend you applying some extra electrical tape here just because your wire is hanging off when you do open your hood. Okay. So the next step is to run your switch side of your harness up into your cab. To do that, you just run it up the front side here, across the radiator, down this driver's side fender, into a place where you'll see there's a wire harness. It goes into a rubber grommet. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a flathead screwdriver and peel that rubber grommet, it's a circular grommet, back and insert this white plug into the cab. So this is the rubber circular grommet here that you'll need to peel back. You can pry it back using a flathead screwdriver and then insert your white switch harness. Okay, and the last step in installing your harness is to run your cab switch, okay? So what you're going to want to do is take your white cab switch connector and run it down through the slot here in the steering column until it comes out here in the footwell. And you'll connect this white harness to the white harness that you ran through the rubber grommet. And then you'll just take your switch, remove this white paper here, and apply it wherever you want the switch, whether you want it on the steering column or whether you want it dash mounted. It's really up to you. You can put it wherever you want. Alright, so once we got our cab switch installed, we're just going to clean up our harness, use the included zip ties, strap it down a little bit. You can run this piece of the harness under your heat shield here if you'd like. You can leave it hanging, it'll be fine, but do clean up any of the excess and zip tie it to some of your hoses here so to stay out of the way. Okay? And the last step, last thing you need to do, depending on your year model, your horn aperture here might be protruding too far from when you close your hood. Okay? And if it is, depending on your year model, all you need to do is remove this bolt here, flip it around, and reinstall to where your horns are kind of, as you see here, under your carriage a little bit. Okay? No big deal. It doesn't affect the function or anything like that. Just gives you a little more clearance. Alright, other than that, we've got a great looking 32-inch LED bar behind our F150 grill carriage here. Thanks for supporting F150LEDs.com. Please share and like our videos and visit us at F150LEDs.com to see all of our products with all of our installation videos. Thanks, F150 owners.